The Austrian Grand Prix will initiate a critical technical phase for Ferrari and Red Bull as both teams prepare substantial upgrade packages across the upcoming doubleheader at Spielberg and Silverstone. The return to European circuits comes at a time when development strategies are expected to influence the competitive order. Ferrari has scheduled a two-part upgrade rollout. A new floor is targeted for introduction in Austria, followed by a revised rear suspension geometry at the British Grand Prix. However, reports indicate both elements could be deployed simultaneously at Spielberg. The team is prioritizing traction efficiency, a key performance factor at the Red Bull Ring. The rear suspension update relates to the winter shift from pushrod to pull rod design. The objective is to improve car stability and expand the usable ride height window.
This adjustment follows limitations exposed by Lewis Hamilton's disqualification in China for excessive plank wear.
Red Bull, preparing for its home race, is also implementing technical enhancements. These include modifications to the floor, wings, and internal elements of the front suspension. However, sources suggest these updates are primarily optimized for Silverstone rather than Austria. This strategic decision aligns with Red Bull's plan to introduce its final major performance upgrade of the season at the British Grand Prix. McLaren currently maintains a performance edge, largely due to the MCL39's superior tire degradation characteristics. At the Canadian Grand Prix, the car displayed versatility despite reduced dominance. The Canadian circuit, featuring minimal thermal degradation, provided comparative insight across the top teams. Mercedes showed notable improvement through its updated floor and rear suspension. In contrast, McLaren demonstrated sensitivity to the track surface, highlighting variability in car behavior under different conditions. Historical data supports the potential influence of mid-season technical changes. Last year's championship standings shifted following the 7th round. The impact of upcoming upgrades may similarly disrupt the current hierarchy, particularly with McLaren's susceptibility to specific circuit layouts and temperatures.
Dino Beganovic will drive Charles Leclerc's SF25 during FP1 in Austria. The Ferrari Jr. replaces Leclerc for the second time this season, having previously taken the seat during FP1 in Bahrain. Beganovic competes in his first full Formula 2 season with High-Tech GP, where he has achieved 2 podiums across 12 races. A member of Ferrari's Junior Academy since 2020, Beganovic participated in a testing of previous car session in Barcelona earlier this year.
That session included Lewis Hamilton, who crashed during his second test with Ferrari.
A big moment in red. Dino Beganovic will get back behind the wheel of Charles's car for FP1 in Spielberg.
McLaren has also confirmed that junior driver Alex Dunne will take part in FP1, replacing Lando Norris. Dunne is currently leading the F2 standings with 2 victories from 12 races. He recently drove the MCL60 at Zandvoort and completed another test session in Austin, Texas. This will be Dunne's first outing in a current spec F1 car. It's an amazing opportunity to be able to drive during FP1 in Austria. I'm really excited to join the team trackside.
Following the Canadian Grand Prix, Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur confirmed a series of planned upgrades for the SF25. He noted the importance of correct execution over raw component potential.
We will have an upgrade soon before the UK, and perhaps another one a bit later.
He emphasized that modern upgrades typically yield hundredths of a second, not tenths. Misaligned setups post-upgrade can result in performance drops, as seen in Canada.
There is much more in the execution and what you are getting from the car than in the potential of the car itself.
Vasseur further explained Ferrari's ability to run at the front, referencing Monaco. However, he stressed the need for a clean weekend.
We have to target doing this, but if we want to start from the first rows, we need to do a very smooth weekend in terms of execution.
Lewis Hamilton also addressed Ferrari's development trajectory. He placed emphasis on the necessity of upgrades.
We've not had any upgrades or anything like that. It's been the same car for quite some time now, Hamilton noted.
He described inconsistencies during practice sessions. At previous races, FP2s were disrupted by malfunctioning components such as the floor or rear wing.
Hamilton described Canada as more stable. We didn't change a huge amount and the car felt solid, he said.
He credited his driving adjustments and increased collaboration with engineers as contributing factors. "I'm constantly battling the engineers, asking them questions," he explained. On future development, Hamilton remarked that the priority is preparing a competitive car for the 2026 regulation change.
He indicated that fighting for second in the Constructors' Championship remains possible. "I want a car that can win next year, so that's priority," he stated.
While Ferrari and Red Bull held back upgrades in Montreal, McLaren implemented several revisions. The team introduced a new front wing, rear wing, and front suspension. The front wing received new geometry and mermaid tails on the end plates to improve flow conditioning. The front suspension was updated to support these changes. These updates focused on aerodynamic efficiency across varying car attitudes. McLaren also introduced a medium downforce rear wing designed to improve performance across a broader drag range. This followed 2 weeks after Spain, where the team ran a stiffer front wing in practice but did not declare upgrades. Mercedes introduced circuit-specific changes in Canada, including a new floor corner with larger brake duct openings. Adjustments to the floor edge involved reduced chord wing elements and reconfigured vanes to increase airflow under the floor. Aston Martin made changes to the front brake duct to improve cooling. Alpine modified its front wing, shortening the flap to reduce downforce. Racing Bulls declared 2 updates, a shortened rear flap on the front wing and a reshaped lower winglet end plate on the rear brake drum. These changes were aimed at refining front-end downforce and improving diffuser airflow. Haas, Williams, and Sauber did not declare any updates. The combined technical developments across the grid, particularly at Ferrari and Red Bull, signal a decisive point in the 2025 championship fight. Track characteristics, tire degradation profiles, and thermal loads will define how effective each upgrade proves in the upcoming race.